line, everybody's going to say you're a great guy. And that's just not who I am as a person, right? Like I try to be a nuanced thinker. If he fucks up, I'm on it. A nuanced thinker.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
No, like...
I heard thinker.
Yeah.
I heard thinker.
Oh, I heard nigga. I just had to make sure. At a time like this, Schulz,
All right, fair
at
enough.
a time like this,
Glad you clarified.
picking apart every word.
Yes,
okay,
of course, yes.
All right?
Yeah. But no,
okay.
like it's important. Like it's important to me, and I want to be able to call these different things out, and I'm going to do it. And if I get criticism for it, that's completely okay. I'm not asking for anything from anybody. Is my point.
Oh no, they're gonna definitely criticize you, but I don't see.
Sure,
I don't see. I don't see anything
That's
wrong
fair.
with saying, "Hey, that's wrong," or "Hey, I got that wrong." I don't see a problem with that.
All right, let's talk about the latest Brilliant Idiots episode because this one felt different. Charlamagne and Andrew Schulz spent a big chunk of the episode talking about the killing of Alex Pretty in Minnesota and what it says about ICE, federal power, and the American government right now. And honestly, you can hear it in Schultz's voice. This isn't content for him. This is personal. They walk through the official story first. Government says Alex approached border control with a gun, acted aggressively, and officers fired in self-defense. Then they talk about the video, and this is where everything falls apart.
Minnesota, man. Minnesota. Another tragic situation in Minnesota. Alex Pretty was...
Pretty.
Alex Pretty.
Yeah.
Alex Pretty was shot and killed by Homeland Security. It's so much to this story. What tripped me out was how quick they were to rush out and tell us that what we saw,
Amen,
we didn't see.
Amen.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
And that to me is textbook authoritarianism. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's not about even trying to make you believe. This is, no, we're going to dictate your reality.
Now they're walking it back because they see that we have camera footage and we can see this like blatant, disgusting, heinous act that transpired, and there's no way. And he's also seeing his own base react to it.
Yes.
And going, like he's seeing January 6ers go out there and saying, this is horrendous, you cannot do this to people. And once you see them turn on the on Trump.
This is a textbook American. This guy was a
VA,
nurse for veterans.
VA nurse.
His right to bear arms, concealed carry permit.
He had a permit to carry.
Everybody, and it's funny, and I had to think about this, right? Everybody's like, oh, he was at a protest, he was at a protest. Who said he was at a protest?
Charlamagne frames it as a clear power test. The government tells you one thing, the footage shows another, and they expect you to just accept it. No pause, no investigation, straight to branding the guy a domestic terrorist. Charlamagne's point is simple. Once the state decides it can overwrite what people can see with their own eyes, you're no longer talking about democracy, you're talking about control. Schulz, though, is the most interesting watch here, because this is the same guy who, not that long ago, believed in what he calls the guardrails. The idea that even if things get ugly, institutions will hold. On this episode, you can hear that belief cracking.
I think it's really important that you bring up the administration's response.
It was disgusting.
And the administration swears an oath. The president, these other people, they swear an oath to
the Constitution,
uphold the Constitution. This guy was exercising 2 of his constitutional rights. Okay?
Right to protest.
Let's assume it's the right to protest. Let's assume he is peacefully assembling and protesting, and the right to bear arms. And when you immediately jump to justifying that act, what you are doing is, in an effort to preserve your own personal power, you are shredding the Constitution in the face of the people. And it doesn't matter where you sit on the aisle there is one document that is supposed to bind us all as Americans, and that is the Constitution. So I think that's why at its core, there are a lot of people that might have very radical views that are giving incredible pushback on this. And I love seeing it because they're recognizing that this disgusting act of shredding the document that's supposed to bind all of us as Americans. Now, we can have little disagreements that we can healthily debate these, how we should, do law enforcement in different cities. We can have these conversations, but in terms of immediately shredding it upon this tragic event and not even looking into it, by the way, it was like immediate reactions without even watching the videos.
Investigation.
No investigation, nothing.
No, I think they saw the videos. I think that with Christian.
I don't think so.
Christian.
Well, no, they might have
Christian
seen it.
had to see the video.
Sure. They might have seen it, but instead of going, hey, we need to investigate this further, talk to the different officers, see exactly what happened, and honor the constitutional rights of that man, because anybody who watches this video understands that I don't think he's doing anything illegal from watching this video at all.
He wasn't doing anything illegal at all.
And Schulz keeps saying some version of, if this can happen to him, it can happen to anyone. That's the breaking point for him. And here's where the backtracking comes in. Schulz is very careful to say he never supported Trump's immigration policies. He even plays a clip from his Trump interview where he pushed back.
Tell him you're not one of them, Schulz.
No, I mean, I think that anybody who listens to this show knows that I'm not one of them. I mean, specifically with immigration, when he was on the pod, we pushed back against. Like, my feeling on immigration is like, I think any illegal that's already here should be given a pathway to citizenship as long as they haven't committed any crimes.
I think most people are on board with deporting any illegal that has committed a crime.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's bipartisan support of that. I think the tricky thing comes, and honestly, I have empathy. Like, you're a business owner.
Yeah.
There's been people, I'm not trying to out you, but like there's been people I'm sure that might not have had like legal citizenship that have maybe worked in various businesses.
that's true.
And it's like, I've definitely been taken care of as a kid by people that weren't legal, babysitters and stuff. So there are people that maybe would like a path to citizenship that I have a lot of empathy for.
You have to start with the criminals.
Agreed.
Okay, look.
But
I
maybe,
understand.
but maybe we can.
It's very tough.
Maybe we can open our hearts a little bit to the people who
agree.
are trying to be,
Right.
good, hardworking
And
Americans.
you know what's
Now, some people will be like, oh, coming here illegal is a crime. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having committed any crimes, haven't gone to jail, haven't done these things. And that's how I personally feel. Now, you might feel like you want all illegals gone. You might feel like you want strong borders. Like, all these things are okay to feel, but the way to do it is not this way. The way to do it is not to erode American values. I think that we can all agree on that.
He did push back, but this is where a lot of people aren't buying the reset. Because inviting Trump onto your platform at all, especially at that moment, mattered. It legitimized him. It normalized him. It helped soften the edges for an audience that trusts comedians more than politicians. Schulz seems to understand that now, even if he doesn't fully say it.
Unless it's not about immigration ultimately.
Well.
Which is
Well,
my concern.
Not even not about immigration. I want to get to that, but
Yeah.
like,
There's oil in Minnesota?
no, no. What I'm saying here right now specifically is like, the second ICE does something horrible, they go out and throw out these breadcrumbs. They're like, but look, we arrested this pedophile. We arrested this murderer. We arrested this. And then I looked into the numbers, and we're talking about in flagrant. It's like less than 5% of the people
Are
they've
actual
deported
criminals,
are
yeah.
actual criminals.
Yeah.
So, and then 75% are just long-standing residents here that are here undocumented, right? So what I think they're doing is using this thing of security as a smokescreen so they could just blanket deport and harass not only illegals, but also American citizens.
That's the best case scenario.
The worst case is,
This is a test run for the elections.
and he'll shut shit down.
Shut it down.
It's going to be very hard to do and I thought about that too, Chris. It's going to be very hard to do state to state.
By the end of the conversation, this doesn't feel like a comedy podcast riffing on politics. It feels like two guys realizing the line they thought existed has already been crossed. The episode leaves you with an uncomfortable question. If comedians helped make these figures feel safe and familiar, what happens when they finally see the consequences up close? For Schulz, that moment seems to be now. For a lot of listeners, it might already be too late.